Good singing this morning. Resting in my Savior is my all in all. Through my daily time with the Lord, I came upon a passage that said, let your ambition be to please the Lord. And I hope that's your life's ambition, to find rest and peace within His presence. The sweet accumulation of stuff. Someone has said we fill our garages with stuff and we let our multi-thousand-dollar vehicles out in the weather. What's up with that? We have stuff everywhere. We have stuff in the room, we have stuff in the closet, we have stuff in the attic, we have stuff in the crawl space, we have stuff in the garage. It is everywhere. I expect you're probably the same way. How would you classify yourself? Classify yourself as needy? Or someone who has just enough? Or a person who has more than you need? Have you done an inventory of your stuff lately? And we probably all have things that we could sell or even give away. Probably all of us have more than we actually need. Well, once again, we come upon a story of Jesus. And it's a story about stuff. And not so much about the actual stuff, but the attitude about stuff. Let's read it. It's in Luke chapter 12, beginning with verse 16. And he told him a parable, saying, the land of a rich man was very productive. And he began reasoning to himself, saying, what shall I do, since I have no place to store my crop? And then he said, this is what I will do. I will tear down my barns and build larger ones, and there I will store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Come, take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. God said to him, you fool, this very night your soul is required of you, and now who will own what you have prepared? So is the man who stores up treasures for himself and is not rich toward God. Now Jesus told that story just after he gave a lesson on the importance of man, people. People are more important than birds, than the different sparrows that are out, or seagulls in our case here on the shore. But the important thing is people are important. And so someone in the crowd, as he's teaching, interrupts him, or maybe after he's done, he said, teacher, make my brother share the inheritance with me. And sounds fair enough until we look at other scriptures. And we find out within the law that the firstborn son was supposed to have a double portion of the inheritance. And then the rest of it, the balance, shared among the other children. That's in Deuteronomy chapter 21, verses 15 to 17. And so obviously the man who asked this of Jesus was the younger brother. And no doubt he's trying to get this teacher from Galilee on his side and order his brother to share the whole inheritance with him. And in other words, he wanted more than its rightful portion. And so the story that follows, the story that I just read, presents one of the most severe warnings in the Bible about covetousness or greed. So let's look at this story. This man, the man that we read about, we're really hard-pressed to know what he did wrong, right? I mean, it seems like he's the kind of guy we want to hang around here. We want in our congregation. No hint that he was a cheat or a crook. Jesus didn't suggest that he gained his wealth by some unethical means. He was a farmer. That's a noble profession, isn't it? No farm, no food, right? And so it's a very, very hard work, 24/7. But if people didn't do it, We wouldn't have vegetables to eat. If they didn't take care of herds, we'd have no meat to eat either. No holidays for them. Farmers have to love the land, persevere, stay with it, resolve to keep the farm going, knowing that he could be farming one day and in bankruptcy the next. So anyone looking for an easy life should look elsewhere. Shouldn't be looking farming. And so the man in the story made his fortune farming. Probably had a strong work ethic, good land, had good business sense, a good management style, and a good fortune was on his side. He farmed his way to the top, and in this particular story, he had a bumper crop. And so you can see him stacking the piles of grain on the side of the road, drying it out, as they used to do. But it can only be out there for so long, and then it had to be put somewhere, in a barn, in a silo, some coverage. And so here's his plan. So he tries to get the grain under a roof. And so he decides to build barns. Tear down the small barns, build big barns. That's a wonderful problem, isn't it? I have so much, I got to build a bigger barn. I had to put it in. It's kind of like having more money than you can spend, or more food than you can eat, more clothing than you can wear, having more rings than you have fingers, more lawns than you can mow, more houses than you can clean, more games than you can clean. So most of us would say that's a good problem to have, right? Now before we go on, let's be crystal clear that Jesus is not condemning the man in his story for working hard and being a success. That's not the issue. His problem is not outward success, but it's a problem of the heart. It's not a parable. It's not a teaching on the dangers of being rich, or being successful. It's a parable about the dangers of having a wrong kind of heart. That can happen to anybody. Rich, poor, American, you name the country. And so the man in Jesus' story did many things well, played by the rules, wise about spending. However, he forgot one pretty important thing. He was going to die one day. The old Italian proverb says, the last robe has no pockets. Naked we come into the world, naked we leave, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, rich man, poor man, beggar, thief, death plays no favorites. And so as we move to that point ourselves, we try to hold on to things that really aren't ours anyway. And the sooner we realize that the things we have are the things that God has given us, the better we will be. And so the process of growing old is the process of learning to loosen the grip on the things that God has given to us. You can't keep them forever. At any moment, he can take them back. One by one, two at a time, all at once. He could even take back the life that he gave you so many years ago. And so this parable, this story of Jesus, teaches us some very valuable lessons. I think the first lesson is that we should be less materialistic and have more Christian values, more spiritually minded. Another lesson, be less greedy and be more sacrificial. Be less earthbound and more heavenly minded. Did you notice the end of the story in verse 21? After he said, this man said, here's what I'll do. I'll tear down my old barns. I'll build bigger barns. I'll say to myself, blah, 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 blah. So is the man. And then the Lord says, you fool, you're going to die tonight. Then what happens to your stuff? So is the man who stores up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God. The fool died. Those barns were never built. Those fields were never harvested again. The bread was untasted. The neighbors were still hungry. The contractors were disappointed. The fool has died. But remember, you don't have to be rich to be a fool. It just takes thinking that what you have is your doing without God. The emperor said, when I die, let my hands be outside my shroud, that all may see my hands are empty. Let me ask you this morning, are you rich toward God? Let's pray. Oh, Father, forgive us when we hold so tightly to the stuff that you have given to us. Help us to realize that just as a child who's holding toys in his hands and trying to climb something but doesn't want to let go of those toys, he has to let go of them to hold on to the rungs of the ladder to climb. Father, give us that understanding. That as we get closer to the time of eternity that we will spend with you, help us be comfortable to letting go of the things that you've given to us. May we never think that the talents we have are because of us. The goods we have are because of our talents. Our comfort because of the things that we have accumulated. God, help us to know that every good and every perfect gift comes down from you. You are the provider. You are Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. Father, help us to realize that everything we have is yours. So may we be quick to be generous. May we be quick to be sacrificial, knowing that you will always provide if we will but first seek your kingdom and your righteousness.